Alright, so I was biking to school like normal, and then I heard a scraping in my front tire, and I went to check on it, and I was like, seemed normal, I guess, but then it didn't stop, and yeah, I was getting really worried, because I was like, what if my tire just like falls off while I'm in an intersection or something? And I was gonna go to the bike shop after school anyway to fix my brakes. But now I got a bigger problem. And this guy actually helped me on the trail. And he said something about my caliper. He was like, you can fix that at home, or you can just bring it to the shop. And I'm like, if I try to fix that at home, I'm just gonna make it worse. So I brought it to the shop. And so now I am walking 3 miles home. I thought I was gonna be walking home at 5 or 6 instead of 1. So the sun's a little intense for wearing pants and a sweatshirt. And I actually found this really nice area off of Newport Road. Very nice. There's actually a lot of people walking on the sidewalk. More than I thought. Oh, there were some people on bikes. And more people go on this area than I thought. There's been at least like 6 pedestrians in the last 10 minutes, which is a lot for southern Riverside County. Yeah, I thought people would just use the trail. I guess not. It's nice to be in this little area outside, but I think it's time to keep walking. Oh my gosh, the lighting here is horrible. Yeah, it's pretty loud, or it was, so I'm not sure how well you're gonna be able to hear me. I've been watching a lot of DJ Pete Sake, so I was like, you know, let's make a video out of this. And ironically, I was gonna make it out of like taking the biking and transit, and now the first one is neither, because bus don't go to Canyon Lake. From there used to be one, I think it was called like Route 60, from like Elsinore to Menifee. Yeah, that doesn't exist since like 2021. I think it was like poor ridership or something. Sucks. Alright, I'll see you in a second. I actually packed a lunch today for like the first time, since I always get hungry after school or during. So yeah, I guess those efforts were kind of wasted. I packed more than this banana, by the way. There's already some wildlife on my sweatshirt. Here we have the California black ant. Maybe. I don't know ants. I don't know any animal terms around here. What is this little semicircle for? We may never know. Also got a nice little bridge. What does this even go over? Seems like some mini creek. Also, I had to like pack up the stuff that was on my bike in my backpack, which includes my 10-pound lock, which is freaking heavy when you're carrying it. Whatever, I'll live. Nice, there's a little meadow. This would be a great picnic spot actually. Well, if you don't mind very loud traffic sounds. Oh, I see now. This is one of those Menifee exercise trails. Alright, well, you know we gotta try this. If anyone's actually able to read all of these instructions, I'm proud of you. Oh, what the heck? That's what that sound was. The sea, is it supposed to do that? Can you hear that? There's a little hole in it. I'm not sure it's supposed to do that. I didn't even think about it. Just noticed this has a semicircle of cement. I guess maybe this is so out of focus. I guess that's what that was for. Except there is no exercise machine. They probably just never built it, but also someone could have just taken it. I think that's the funnier option. Hey, look, it's Eagle Rock. I see now. Okay, so this trail is like connects to Spirit Park. That's nice. Hey, look, a water fountain. You know, we gotta try it. Right, moment of truth. Nice. Hey, look, there's a little something. I don't know if you could see that. All right, let's taste test the water. Shoot. Very nice. And then, I don't know, is that like a dog water fountain or something? Where's the button? I don't even see the button. Oh, there's the button. Alright, well, I was just going to take the sidewalk to Normandy Road, but I think I'll pass through the park instead. I think I've only come here like once, like 10 years ago when it first opened. Back when Menifee, like, I don't know, like first incorporated, I think. Wait, no, that was 2008. Okay, I guess it was a little after that. Okay, so I see this building that's right across from the park. And it also has a water fountain. So we're gonna try it. Do I feel so weird just having a camera walking in these random places? Okay, so it seems like there's just this big open area, but it's closed off. So I guess not an open area. LK. Oh, it also has a water bottle refiller. Alright, let's try this. I'm not sure if that even came out. I'm not sure if you can even see that on the camera. That one didn't taste as good. Kind of tasted like, I don't know, like rocks and grass. I guess if you like that, then that's a good thing. I don't know, I kind of like my water tasteless. So I've given up water bottles, like plastic water bottles, for 2025 so far. Very successful. But not gonna lie, I kind of miss the microplastic taste in water. Not gonna lie, that was actually like one of the biggest reasons I drink out of water bottles so often, is because like I think they taste really good. But we must avoid the plastic, especially the single-use plastic. So I don't mind that much. I guess here's the parking structure for the apartments that they just built here. Looks pretty nice. I just watched someone do a 3-second. Oh my god. Oh wait, that person too. I just watched two people in a row do like a 3-second full stop. That is quite rare where I live. I think it's generally a thing, and like, watch this guy. Didn't even stop. Yeah, I think that's pretty common. Like, I've heard people say California roll. Oh, and I gotta cross this with no crosswalk, but whatever. Why is the what? Like the little thing for wheelchairs and hold on. The little thing for like wheelchairs is like in where the whatever. Like, we get a nice view of the new apartments. So this, I'm not sure how well you can see it, but this is Normandy Road in Menifee. It was not always called that. This used to be part of the old Newport Road, which would get you from Lake Elsinore to Menifee. We got the wind flooded, turn around, don't drown sign. I've never seen any of these signs outside of Menifee. Maybe it just floods a lot in Menifee. It kind of does though, because it floods like every time it rains, more than like 1 inch. You got a random missing piece of sidewalk. Oh, okay. Okay, so for the longest time, I never really came down this road, so I just thought this was like a segregated bike lane. Is that even the right word? Okay, segregated bike lane. I thought this was like a segregated bike lane that just wasn't marked as a bike lane. But I actually think it's just supposed to be like a sidewalk. But like, they didn't build a sidewalk, but they like kind of tried something. Wait, there's a sidewalk on the... Never mind, it just ends right there. Well, and we got the Salt Creek. You can see the Eastern Municipal Water District something building facility over there. I never understood. They have these signs that like every time the Salt Creek is there, and like these fences, but like, what are they gonna do? Like, you can literally just go on the Salt Creek trail and then just go in the creek. Like, I feel like if someone wanted to go in the creek, I'm not sure this one-sided fence would really stop them. You can actually hear a lot of the bugs, the wildlife here. Usually when I'm biking on the Salt Creek trail, I can't hear them, but this is nice. You know, there's always a semi, like, parked right here. Sometimes with a trailer, sometimes not. And like, every once in a while, I'll be like going to school or something, or the station, and there's a different semi. Why? What? Why are they parking here? What's happening? I guess I'll put it on screen if I find anything online. And judging by this like little incline, by this like driveway, I imagine like that's intended for the semi trucks or something to be there. Oh wait, no, that's for the maintenance, like right here. So yeah, mystery of the semi trucks. All right, now we're on the crossing of Salt Creek Trail and Normandy, nearby Lolladera Road in Sun City. Or I guess it goes between Audie Murphy and Sun City. Also home to Lolladera Park. What are these for? Okay, starting to think it would probably be a lot more entertaining if I actually talked about things instead of just asking. So, yeah, I'll wait until I see something I know about. You know, I rode on this trail for the first time when I was like 15, I think. And I would see these signs that said "Do not pass," and I had no idea what that meant because I had never taken any, like I didn't know anything about like driving or traffic laws. So I was just like, "Do not pass." Am I not allowed to go here? But I just went because I was like, that doesn't make sense. And then it was just a mystery to me, like for like at least 2 years until I learned how to until I got my license and stuff. I see why so many people walk on this trail. It's pretty serene. Got the Salt Creek Nature Reserve, and we got a barricade of single-family homes between us and Audie Murphy Road. More wildlife spotted. Not sure if you can see it, but if you can't, there are many bees. I guess I never really thought about going into here. Oh wait. Well, it says protected natural area. Unauthorized entry prohibited. But what about here? I don't know. Might be snakes. Oh well. I shall say hi to them. This is nice. I think this would probably be a good area for like picnic, maybe. Okay, I'm not sure. I just noticed the sun was like kind of making everything dark. So I guess this gives a little better view of it. Wildlife number 3 spotted. Some big black ants. This is where I come in and out of on my commute because, well, I don't really ride on this part of the Salt Creek Trail because the visibility is really bad, and also it gets really busy with pedestrians and animals, and that combination is just like, I can ride my bike on Audie Murphy Road, so I'll just avoid this part of the trail. The roads don't close, the freeways don't close, but the trail does close. Well, that's what it says, which would be kind of annoying, except they don't actually close it during night or storms. Like, I've ridden in through the trail at like midnight and during like pretty heavy storms, and it was fine. Except one time, it wasn't storming, but it was flooded on the Bradley to Antelope section. So I had to make quite a big detour. I just realized, okay, so I'm not gonna walk up there, because I have walked up there actually, but I have not walked on the trail. But seeing that exercise equipment reminds me that that area that we walked in by Spirit Park had one exercise thing, and like, and that was it. I just heard some parents scolding their kid for taking too long to cross the road on his bike. Autocentrism. Actually, have you guys seen those videos on Instagram where it's like bringing Japanese culture to like someplace in America, and they're like bowing to the car when they cross it? I'll put one on screen if I see it. Hello. Oh. Seems like a nice day to be on the trail. Man, I really should have brought a hat or something though. Like, oh my gosh. It's not even like too hot, but like the sun is just so intense on my forehead. My poor face. When I was saying that the visibility is like kind of bad on this part of the trail, I was mainly talking about this like quarter circle. Cause like there's been some times where like I had to like slam on my brakes because like people are either like going the wrong way or like the dog, it's like a dog or something in the opposing lane, or there's someone in this lane, and like it's just a whole thing. Like, because like if someone's going the wrong way, like they shouldn't be doing that, but also like if I crash into them, that would still suck, you know. Oh, I just missed it. Literally in between these like 5 seconds of recordings, there was a little bunny. So wildlife number 4 spotted. There's a dog. Oh, I thought that was like a big dog. I think that's a little dog. Wait. Oh, is he lost? Or is he just... like, is he crouched down like he's gonna attack? Or is he like... laying down? I can't even tell. Yeah, I still can't tell when I zoom in. Good luck, boy. Or girl. Okay, I think he's laying down. I think he's just chilling. Here we have the connection between the Salt Creek Trail and the Audie Murphy Ranch House, I think it's called. It's the HOA pool and park facility. Man, I feel like most of this, judging, I can barely see what's on my phone because of my sunglasses, but like the lighting kind of looks horrible because the sun is just beaming. Here we can see the Menifee Water Tower. Probably the best view we're gonna get of it from the Salt Creek Trail since the trees are very big back there, so we couldn't really see it at all. We got some nice yellow flowers. And also the end of the Salt Creek Trail, or the start, I guess. This reminds me a lot of when I first started riding on the Salt Creek Trail. I felt like this is in 2024, I felt like I was exploring parts of my like area that I'd never seen before. And I'm kind of doing that again because I've seen so many things today that, like, if I had just done my regular commute, I wouldn't have seen it all. I guess I never really talked about what the Salt Creek Trail is. So currently it's a 4-mile mixed use, well, technically 5-mile, I'll get to that. Technically 5-mile mixed use like trail for pedestrians, bikes, and horses, I guess. I always see horses as like an option on these trails. I have never seen a horse, and I ride it like almost every day. I'd love to, but I mean, I guess I could go to Norco if I really wanted to see a horse. But yeah, so it goes from Getz Road to Antelope Road, all in Menifee. And then I just found out about this the other day. There's also a 1 mile stretch from like Searle Parkway to Sanderson? No. It starts at Searle Parkway. It's in Hemet. It's only like 1 mile. Anyway, apparently it's supposed to be a 16-mile trail, like by the time the project finishes. And I think it's like 3 or 4 phases, and this is phase 1. So 4 miles, 5 miles have been built. But like that was in 2020. I have yet to find any information on when the phase 2 is gonna be built, or if ever. Though when I was reading about it on the official website, it did say that most of the money comes from federal funding. So, yeah, maybe that's not happening for a while. And now we can see the entrance of Canyon Lake, California. And then here's a little walk trail continued off from Audi Murphy. Glad to see some e-bikes used around my area. You know, I used to never see like any other e-bikes or just bikes in general when I first started like being car free. But like now I see them like, it is very rare for me to not see at least one in a day. But like that was on my tennis team, I think. Anyway, oh yeah, so I've been seeing a lot more bikes. Even I see some in the street, like on Antelope in Menifee. And I'd like to think that when people see me, or I guess anyone on a bike or e-bike, I'm already getting too complicated with this, and then you'd be like, hey look, that's an option, maybe I should try that. And then they do, and then they like it. At least I hope. While I still live here, I hope I can make at least somewhat of a difference. We are approaching the East Gate of Canyon Lake, California. Out of order. Oh, you're kidding me. Hold on. Well, I guess we're going in the gate. Do I just go through here? Alright.
Have a good one.
You too. We got the extremely rare sidewalk in Canyon Lake. And there it goes. Well, I'm going to try to talk about Canyon Lake without being too negative, I guess. Here we have the... I don't know if this lane actually has like a name, but it's basically the golf cart / e-bike / bike lane. I don't even know how the yielding works for that. Like, I usually just like go in it, and then if someone's going in the golf cart faster than me, which I'm going this, e-bikes and golf carts have the same speed limit. But yeah, if they pass me, they just kind of go around. Here we can see where the golf cart speed limit is posted. Oh my gosh, doing this is like making me glad that I use an e-bike instead of a regular bike, because Canyon Lake is quite hilly, and in some places very hilly. We're not going to be going through those very hilly sections today, though. That's more on like vacation, I think, Continental, those areas. Here we have the Water Conservation Park. I believe it is one of the smallest parks in Canyon Lake. There's a bus, school bus. For all you school bus foamers, if there are any of you out there. More wildlife spotted. Monarch butterflies. If you're wondering what these, well, there's not that many now, but if you're wondering what all the mini American flags are from, every year for Memorial Day, I think the Canyon Lake POA, which is the HOA, puts a mini American flag on the front yard of every house. We got our second of this trip's main road park, which is Evans Park. Stretches all the way. Oh, look, there's a school bus. Stretches all the way to Schooner Road. It's just for like walking and just chilling. I think there's also they have some exercise equipment that's like the ones we saw in Menifee, but man, they are not up to the same level. Like the other one in Menifee, they have you doing like body weight exercises. The ones over there, they're just like walk on this beam, lie down on this plank of wood, stuff like that. I think it's also one of the only parks in Canyon Lake that doesn't touch the lake. So that's interesting. Well, almost all of them do, which I guess is nice. But I think that's also why there aren't many parks on the main road, because I think they tried to have most of them touch the water. That bus just let me cross. That was nice, but also I'd like to let them go, since it's literally a bus of like 40 kids or 50. But I don't know. The right of way says I cross, so I guess I cross. I think the golf cart that just passed me needs some kind of smog check, because that smelled horrible. They had two flags. I couldn't read one, but one said like guns, titties, beer, and freedom, or something like that. That house up there is where these YouTube channel, I don't know if it was like one YouTuber or multiple, but I think they were called like the Funk Bros or something, but they moved out a long time ago. My friends like across the street, well, I guess my friends across the street used to always like bike up there and bother them. I think I never went up though, because I was kind of lazy. Alright, I'm not even sure I'm gonna upload this whole video, but if I did, thanks for watching the whole way. Hopefully next time I can be on my bike or in transit, and preferably farther from home. So yeah, if that does happen, I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and thanks to DJ Pete Sake and Miles in Transit for making awesome videos that hopefully I can be of the same or maybe similar quality in the future.